we have a standard for that position, regardless of who's in there. Uh, Practice, games, how we operate, what we believe in. We have a very, very high standard.
And if one guy happens to be a little bit off, then the play doesn't work. And I think it's always it always takes a little bit of time to get all 11 guys operating on full cylinder, especially when you're rotating a bunch of guys in during training camp and you have a bunch of guys taking reps. It's just another. It just makes it even a little bit harder. But I mean, he pushed the boundaries like he did in absolutely everything. No, no surprise that he did it in that way as well. But it's. I don't think it's necessarily something that I actively think about until people kind of remind me with texts and things like that, and you guys ask me about it.
Garrett Bush didn't sugarcoat it one bit. He straight up called out Kevin Stefanski, accusing him of putting his own comfort above what's best for the Browns. Instead of grooming a young quarterback like Shedeur Sanders, Stefanski has left him standing on the sidelines, stuck with the support staff, while funneling crucial reps into the hands of 41-year-old Joe Flacco. And let's be honest, one bad hit could sideline Flacco, leaving the entire season hanging by a thread. Bush didn't frame this as a one-time mistake either. He called it a pattern, a cycle of the same errors repeating themselves. The Browns keep letting promising opportunities slip right through their hands. And once again, the fans are left asking the same old question: has this franchise really learned anything from its painful past failures?
The Cleveland Browns are one play away from talking about one of these two kids starting. And the scary thing is, instead of preparing them and getting them ready to play and getting them ready to be a guy that's going to back up a 41-year-old quarterback.
And Garrett's point hits hard because it's not just speculation, it's history repeating itself. If you caught Kevin Stefanski's latest press conference, you probably noticed the same thing analysts did. He seemed uncomfortable even mentioning Shedeur Sanders by name. His hesitation was glaring, and when pressed about why he suddenly chose to start his primary quarterback in the third preseason game, something he avoided all of last year, his answer was flimsy at best. We do what the players need. That's not leadership. That's dodging. Instead of clarity, it sounded like a coach trying to cover his tracks. And when the head coach is dancing around the topic, it only fuels speculation. Because maybe, just maybe, the Browns don't have a clear plan for Shedeur Sanders at all. If that's the case, then this isn't just about a QB competition. It's about a leadership crisis at the very top of the organization.
You play games and have them thrown on the side field with support staff. This is the stuff that the Cleveland Browns drop the ball on every single time. They worry about the wrong stuff.
Here's the heart of the issue. Shedeur Sanders hasn't been given a single real chance. No meaningful game snaps. No first-team reps. Nothing. And that doesn't line up with Stefanski's claim of doing what the players need. If the Browns were truly serious about developing talent, why leave the quarterback of the future stranded on the sideline? It's a slap in the face to both Shedeur and the fans. Cleveland's most exciting young talent hasn't even been allowed to show what he can do. And instead of building trust, Stefanski's answers sound like hollow excuses. His words don't inspire confidence. They spark frustration, doubt, and questions about what the plan really is. Meanwhile, when Joe Flacco was asked if Shedeur might feel frustrated, the veteran had a different view. Flacco reminded everyone that nothing in the NFL comes easy. He admitted a young player can feel restless, even bored, but insisted that it's on Shedeur to fight through it. In Flacco's eyes, it's not the system that's failing Shedeur. It's about his ability to stay patient and locked in.
I practice in week one. And then this year, just feel like that's what this team needs to get ready. Try to every single year make decisions based on what the guys need. So that's what we'll do.
But even with Flacco defending Kevin Stefanski, the analysts aren't buying it. Ryan Clark came out swinging, making it crystal clear that Shedeur Sanders hasn't been given anywhere near the opportunities he needs. And you know what? He's right. How can anyone inside the Browns organization claim they're evaluating Shedeur as a potential future starter if he's not getting live, meaningful snaps? The NFL isn't a practice field. Real growth comes when the lights are on, when the pressure is real, and so far Stefanski has refused to give Shedeur that stage.
Yeah, listen, I think the thing that as you get in the league, no matter what position you are, the part of it that you deal with mentally that maybe is a little bit of a struggle, not an advantage, is that you got to fight like the boredom and the monotony of doing it for so long. I mean,
when reporters pressed Stefanski yet again about who would back up Joe Flacco, his reply was short, vague, and almost dismissive. "We'll make that call in a couple of days." That doesn't sound like a coach with a plan. That sounds like a coach buying time. And Browns fans see right through it. This doesn't resemble a fair quarterback competition at all. It feels like a carefully disguised excuse to keep Shedeur Sanders sidelined. Stefanski's vague responses don't give off confidence or direction. They project indecision. And in the NFL, indecision can be just as destructive as making the wrong decision. A team without a clear vision at quarterback is a team walking straight into disaster.
But if they don't play, Swag, how do you know? Like even if they're at practice and like Jason said, we're seeing them do well against the ones playing well in 7-on-7, it's still practice.
We're talking about practice.
But RC, not the game.
That's the question that I'm asking.
And that's the bigger picture here. This is about more than just who lines up under center in week 1. This is about leadership, direction, and the trust between a team and its fan base. Joe Flacco might be the starter today, but the growing buzz around Shedeur Sanders isn't going anywhere. When respected veterans are praising him, when analysts are demanding more reps for him, and when fans are clamoring to see him, keeping Shedeur in the shadows looks less like a plan and more like paralysis. Stefanski's hesitant answers are pouring fuel on a fire that could burn out of control if this continues. In the NFL, hesitation isn't strategy, it's fatal.
What do you plan to do at quarterback for the dress rehearsal game, and what is the timeline for naming week 1 starter?
Yeah, I want to get through the next couple days, but certainly that's something that we're going to do here sooner than later.
So at the end of the day, the Browns are facing a fork in the road. Do they truly believe in Shedeur Sanders as the quarterback of the future? Or are they about to waste another golden opportunity, repeating the same old mistakes that have haunted this franchise for decades? Because this isn't just about who starts week 1. This is about what kind of team the Browns want to be moving forward. If Stefanski doesn't make the right call, it won't just be Shedeur Sanders who pays the price. It'll be the entire organization and the loyal fans who are once again left empty-handed. So what do you think, Browns fans? Should Shedeur already be getting first-team snaps? Or is Stefanski right to keep him on ice? Is this part of some bigger master plan? Or just another chapter in the same old story of failure? Let us know in the comments, because your voice matters in this debate.